Hello and welcome back to a second video in the same year and even in the same month. I am doing a recap video from Gen Con 2023. I saw some other YouTubers doing something similar, so I thought that looked like fun. So I thought I would talk about what did I bring home a year ago and what is the story of that game since. So that's what I am doing today. Again, there's plenty of stuff on the YouTube, so if this does not interest you, well, zip right along. There's other things to watch. But I'll just jump right into what has happened to the games that I purchased last year. I think I'll start with the losers, the ones that did not make it through the year. The first one is a game called Everything Ever, which is a party game. It was the last game I purchased at Gen Con 2023, and so I guess it's last one in, first one out. So that is no longer with me. I played it with my family over Thanksgiving, and it just didn't go very well. I had high hopes. It got good reviews, and I thought it would be fun, and it just, I don't know if we played it wrong, but it was just slow, and it wasn't very interesting, so I got rid of that game, Everything Ever. Then the second game that has not made it through the year is a game called Waffle Time. And if you recall from last year, I was kind of waffling on the game in the first place. It was from a company called AEG, and the reason I had that game is I signed up for an event called AEG Big Game Night. And what they do is they teach you several games, and 2 or 3, and then you walk home with those games. So it's a huge event, like 500 people or something, and there's all kinds of people teaching it. I had never done AEG Big Game Night before. It's a standard thing at Gen Con, but I did it in the Gen Con 2021 because, as you might recall, the pandemic restrictions were still there in many ways. The Delta variant was surging, so there was a Gen Con 2021, but it was far from normal, and there weren't a whole lot of events to sign up for. One of those was AEG, and it was like the one moment that felt normal in Gen Con 2021. So I've done it every year since. We didn't do it this year because as you'll see, the other game that might be on the cutting room floor as well. But so that one went out, but I didn't exactly go out and purchase it. It was gifted, kind of. It was part of the event. So Waffle Time is gone. The other game that we got that is still in my collection, so now I'll move into a new category, those that may not be here for long and may not be here next year. The other one's called Number Drop, which I still have. It's a roll and write game, and it's kind of like Tetris, right? And it has some potential. It was kind of brain-burny and thinky in a game that I was kind of not expecting. It does play up to 6. It plays relatively quickly. I'd like to give this another chance. I just haven't had the right opportunity to try it yet. So Number Drop, I'd like to give this another chance, but it might end up into the get rid of games category. So Number Drop still have, but maybe not for long. And then also, sadly, I have this game, Lords of Vala, which was the second to last game, I think, that I purchased at Gen Con 2023. Lords of Vala. I had the chance to play this game in an event this year. I was really looking forward to that because I have not played my copy yet. I have opened it and just looked at it, and I was really excited. It was kind of a spur-of-the-moment decision to buy it, but I was looking for some sort of game that I could kind of get into and have some expansions and find the right group. The problem with it, it really best plays at 4, because if you have fewer than 4 players, you have to have like an automatic player that you kind of control in some way. And so you kind of have to have 4 players, and it's fairly complex, and I just have other games on the shelf that I think I would prefer to play over this. And so I think this is probably going to leave my collection, and I'm sad to see that. I had high hopes for this game, but there it goes. However, I don't think it was totally a bust because it has these amazing little miniatures figures. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get some sort of game that had like cool miniatures and everything. And it was probably this game that inspired me to try my hand at painting. And I have enjoyed doing that over the past year. And I was looking forward to painting these dragons. There are 2 dragons and 2 generals. I thought it'd be fun to paint. However, these will probably remain unpainted as I will probably move this into the trade or sell pile. But wasn't totally a bust because because of that game, I've started doing some little miniature painting, and that's been fun for me. Okay, so then the rest of the games are games that I don't think will be leaving my collection anytime soon. I have enjoyed them very much over the course of the year. The first is a game called Catherine, the Cities of the Sarsaparilla, and this is by Capstone Games, and it's just a great game, and it packs a great punch in a short amount of time. I feel that this game, Catherine, does in about 30 minutes, which other games take about 90 minutes to do. So this is one that will probably be on my shelf for quite some time because I have many more opportunities to play a 30-minute game than I do a 90-minute game. So this has often shown up in my bag, and I've pulled it out at many game nights. Pretty easy to teach, simultaneous play, packs a good punch. So this was a success, and I don't see it leaving my collection anytime soon. It's similar to a game in some ways called Furnace, which I did pick up the playmat for last year, which I think is in this box. And again, does what in 30 minutes what many other games take 90 minutes to do. So both of those games have been good successes for me. So those are those. And then you might recall from last year's video, I spent a lot of time at the Hachette booth, and all of the games have been a great success all year long. And I think that, I don't work for Hachette or anything, but I think that you could go to their catalog and have a good range of games. I'm gonna pull out one other game here, which is behind me, called Northgard, which I got 2 years ago, same company. And last year I got the War Chiefs expansion for this game here called Northgard. And that is in the box right now. So I think I threw the box away, the expansion box, but it's got some cool stuff to add to this game. So kind of in this order of complexity, they are really great games that have seen quite a bit of play over the past year, and I enjoy them all. So just to recap, this CDSK, it's a trivia game, and it's you open it up and the board is right there. It's nice, and then it's a series of, there's a question of like on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you know this? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you know volcanoes? And so you just respond, I think I know that at a level 3, and then you get a level 3 question. And it's great. Now, I will say, some people did not love this game as the reviewers came out over the course of the year. And I would agree to a certain extent that it maybe isn't the best game, but it's a great activity. And I have pulled this out on many occasions and just started asking the questions on the cards, and they're just really fun. And just you can say, oh, well, okay, I think I can go for a 7 on this one. And then the question number 1s are always funny. And so it's a great game that I don't think will be leaving my collection anytime soon. Maybe you don't even need to play it with the board, but just read off the questions, and that's a fun way to spend 5-10 minutes if you got that little time to spend. Then in the footsteps of Darwin, this was nominated for the Game of the Year, the Spiel des Jahres. I was kind of surprised because I've been talking about this game all year. I called this the best game I got at Gen Con last year. It's fantastic. I love I've pulled it out in so many instances, and other people have purchased it because I have said, this game is really great. So very simple game, takes 20 to 30 minutes. Again, packs a good punch in a short playtime, does what in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, what other games take a lot longer to do. Really fantastic, beautiful game. I should also mention that this company, Hachette, I think their big release, what was that one called? Oh, anyway, I think it won the Spiel des Jahres. You can comment below if you can remember what that game is. The airplane game, 2-player cooperative game. Super popular last year, super popular this year, and but I don't have it because I don't play a whole lot of 2-player and cooperative games. But they had 2 games nominated for the Spiel des Jahres. In this game, Raua, one step more complicated than in the footsteps of Darwin. Similar playtime, just a little wrinkle more complicated. Great game. Now I'll put in my plug for our board game companies again. So here in Kansas City, where I live, we have several good board game stores, and the ones that I go to are Tabletop Game and Hobby and Mission Board Games. I enjoy both of those stores. I stop by with some frequency just to see what's in there. I was there just a couple days ago, and this was on their sale rack or clearance rack, and I was like, oh no! But hey, here's your opportunity. Go ahead and pick up this game at Tabletop Game and Hobby. I think it's on a good sale, so check that out. And I think it's a great success. Again, packs a good punch within just a short playtime. So very simple, a little more complicated, a little bit more complicated, and quite a bit more complicated. I used to have a website that I would do board game reviews on. That website has since gone away. But if I were to rank them, this would be a level 0 difficulty, a level 1 difficulty, a level 2 difficulty, and then maybe a level 3 difficulty. This was a longer game, but it's great. And I did play this year, and I played it at 5 players. I think this is not best at 5 players. It ran a little bit long. I think 4 players is better for this game. And I don't think I'll play it again at 5 players. I was excited that it played 5 players, but there's better games to play at 5 players. 3 or 4 players, great choice. I don't think I'd play it again at 5. So there's my selection, along with Catherine, of the games that have survived the year. And so hopefully you found this to be interesting. And if not, again, there's other choices. So have a great day, and we'll see you next year maybe.